Hello ghouls and goblins, welcome to Slashify, follow for more horror entertainment daily. Guys, episode 3 of Welcome to Derry dropped last night, so let's delve into all the crazy wacky shit that went down in this episode. If you haven't seen the episode yet, I suggest you save this video and come back later because we're going to fully digest everything. So warning in advance, spoilers are ahead, you have been warned my friend. The episode begins with us being set in 1908, looks like we are heading back in time motherfuckers. We seem to be in Derry, Maine during the time of an old-timey carnival, and holy shit, is that our boy Austin from Ginny and Georgia? Definitely this was an awesome casting and great to see him being casted in other projects besides what we know him from. Our boy Francis is just enjoying the carnival and the many sights it has to offer. This is until some Pirates of the Caribbean looking motherfucker invites the young boy into the tent of horrors. From this point you already know some shit is about to go down. We see some weird shit going on in this tent, including 2 women with their intestines connected. Fucking sweet. Then holy shit, was that director Andy Muschietti making a cameo as the Piano Man with the cigar? Rocket Man away, Mr. Piano Man. You have one hell of a show here, Mr. Muschietti. We then see some, as Will Ferrell would call it, geriatric fuck of a man who is butt-ass naked, with one eye trying to grab our young Francis Shaw after luring him in. Poor little boy, if he ain't dealing with the deadbeat abusive dad and law-breaking murderous mother, then he's dealing with some extraterrestrial space spider trying to eat him alive. He escapes the tent before bumping into his army sergeant father, who then tells him not to be a coward, but come on man, if you saw a naked geriatric old man butt-ass naked with his nards on full motion running at you screeching, you would shit yourself too. He then proceeds to give his son a prize he won at the fair. Ooh boy, our first slingshot of the series. For some reason, this franchise can't get enough of them. It's good to also note that this is the same Francis Shaw who is leading the digs in Derry to locate Pennywise in present time in the show. Young Shaw then trades a slingshot for a water from a young tribe girl who is also a big part of this episode. Her name is Rose, and it looks like to be like these 2 lovebirds are starstruck over each other. From this encounter, it looks like to be like it's what causes the slingshot to do damage against Pennywise when he tries to kill young Shaw in this forest as the same old naked man. It looks to be trapped in the forest, but its evil doesn't look like it can be contained in that one little area for long. It looks like soon we will be able to see how the evil is able to escape its designated area. As an adult Francis, now General Shaw, returns to Derry to seek out the entity and weaponize it on the behalf of the US military. Because come on guys, what else could the army use it for? Derry's strange power of existing in its own psychological island is reinforced when Francis, reuniting with Rose, tells her he nearly forgot all about her and Derry. Though they're happy to see each other again, they stand at odds. The local natives are not happy about the military excavating the land and disturbing unmarked burial grounds. I'm glad to see in this series that some of the adults aren't delirious to the events taking place around them. General Shaw offers his kindness and invites Rose to help the government point to which lands they can dig up. Rose is hesitant, but she agrees to try. Quote unquote, no promises. Rose may not be the front-leaning face leader of the tribe, but she seems to have serious pull behind the scenes. Her nephew Daniel, played by Joshua Odjick, who was also in the Stephen King 2025 project The Long Walk, comes to her like a loyal soldier, taking orders to stand down until further notice. After informing her the military dug up Al Bradley's car, he says they have to do something now before they get any closer, and she says closer to what before he even finishes his sentence. Yet another mystery Welcome to Derry will drag out for at least another episode. And so we see the start of an uneasy friendship between Leroy Hanlon and Dick Halloran. General Shaw, who continues to support Dick in his powers, assigns him to Leroy, and Captain Polly Russo, played by Rudy Mancuso, who takes Dick up in the air to potentially find Pennywise from the air. Forget about the Losers Club, we in the Mile High Club now, motherfuckers. Indeed, Dick gets closer to the clown as he experiences a psychic episode that puts him in front and center before Pennywise. At this point, I thought we were about to get another hilarious dance number from Pennywise, but instead Pennywise sees that Halloran has the ability where even though he's not a child, he can still see him, which prompts Pennywise to question who is he and tries manipulating Dick with a hallucination of his dead grandma telling him to jump off the helicopter. He almost does before Hanlon saves him before he tries to. After they survive the mission, Leroy invites Dick for dinner at home with his wife Charlotte, played by Taylor Page. As if he didn't already have one to offer his wife. The evening turns tense when right before dessert, Dick and Leroy come to an uneasy agreement. While Leroy isn't ignorant of the supernatural, he doesn't like Dick being in his head. Leroy tells Dick that he knows he was one of the masked assailants from General Shaw's quote-unquote test, based on a vague psychic connection the two shared. Meanwhile, Dick tells Leroy he's disturbed by what he felt in Leroy's head. Where most men's thoughts are full of pleading and regret when they face death, Leroy was quote-unquote analyzing. Dick says it's like the part of your brain that's supposed to be afraid, it's not even there. What I loved as well was even before this scene, when Dick was healing up, Shaw showed him kindness to Dick by telling him if there's anything he can do to make his time there easy, then he will do it. This then prompts Dick to ask for a better spot to decompress with his other African American buddies in the force because the spot they are in gets poured on constantly. He grants him that help. I love that Shaw doesn't discriminate against Dick or the others like some of the men in the army. Remember that Leroy does appear in a minor capacity in the 2017 film It, played by Stephen Williams. Leroy is going to survive Welcome to Derry, but how it changes him from a good soldier and a devoted family man to an ice-cold son of a bitch who can shoot sheep in the head without blinking is what we should really be scared to witness. Blame it on the fact that the final season of Stranger Things is taking up a large percentage of my brain power because of how close we are to the season 5 premiere, but at this time I can't see the kids on bikes and not think that they're plotting against Vecna. I've partially thought to myself to believe the It movies did as well as they did because of the Stranger Things phenomenon, that Finn Wolfhard who was involved with both felt like the universe was being cute about their similarities. This recent episode takes the cake as a Stranger Things alternative and how the show finally sets the stage on who its core kids are after killing off a disturbing amount of preteens it has introduced thus far. This week, Lily, played by Clara Stack, returns from her second stay at the mental hospital and proposes to Ronnie, played by Amanda Christine, a way to prove her father's innocence. Because they don't know up from down with camera film development, they recruit Will, played by Blake Cameron James, and his new pal Rich, played by Arian S. Cartaya. Will's crush on Ronnie grows while Rich admits he's really liking Marge, played by Matilda Lawler, at the moment. Also, I dare you not to laugh at Rich's excitement in delivering the word tatas. Kid's slowly growing on me. After Rich informs them about some of his family's cultural traditions around the supernatural, they hit up the graveyard in an attempt to summon it. But it's pretty clear that Rich was kind of talking out of his ass as his story doesn't really add up. He doesn't really know anything about the paranormal and it seems to just want to hang out with girls. Maybe he's trying to cozy up to Lily to get close to Marge so he can get tatas and more? But Rich was right anyway, as Pennywise homes in on the children and unleashes the ghosts that haunt them all, from the ghost children from the beginning to haunting visuals of dead parents. Unfortunately, the only thing scary about this sequence is how wretched it looks. While the graveyard scenes are gorgeous, which is ode to elegant candle lighting rarely seen on TV these days, the episode quickly devolves into a VFX cartoon. A repetition of scares and a sauceless cat and mouse gimmick as the children race to outmaneuver Pennywise's ghost and retrieve the camera. It all comes to a screeching stop when Will encounters another ghost in a crypt. The encounter is obscured, taking place pretty much off camera. We are led to believe by a hand of a clown and a snap of a camera that Pennywise was revealing himself to Will. It, Welcome to Derry, suffers from its first major L, and no, I don't mean Losers Club of the season, at least for me. It's a sequence that just feels overproduced and undercooked, as though the producers had one big reckless splurge of the show's budget and opted to spend it all here. It isn't thrilling, nor is it any fun. The kids look like they're riding fucking Peloton bikes in mud. Mercifully, the show spends its final few minutes redeeming itself with a tease for Pennywise in his proper glory. I actually was so hyped as the camera lingered on the photograph of Pennywise in the dark. Welcome to Derry might stumble here and there, but it still knows how to get you where it counts. But I want to see your thoughts and opinions down below. What did you think of this episode, and how are you guys liking it so far? Other than that, I love you guys. All glory goes to Jesus Christ, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.